Joining me on the sofa today is Wavyy Jonez, actor, MC, entertainer, and entrepreneur, who will be talking about the role he played as the notorious B.I.G. in the series Unsolved, the murders of Tupac and the notorious B.I.G. Wavyy will also be talking about life, dreams, and purpose.
Yo, I'm a dreamer. All that hatred is building my self-esteem up. I die, they gon' find me a tomb like King Tut's. I'm a pharaoh. Been on both sides of the barrel. Now I shoot for the stars and keep my eyes on the sparrow. Living my day-to-day on the grind. It's time to shine. Feeling vacant, I've awakened the inner truth of my mind. Fast forward to greatness, you can't stop the rewind. I'm so ahead of my time, my chair already reclined. Tilling my bills paid, the feeling is real brave. Jump over the hurdles and mountains of steel blades. Heart throb never, gotta keep it together. Always got an umbrella ready for rainy weather. Sound the alarm, no stopping, let's get it on. It's the privacy of the privacy. Privately we can mourn the competition, cause it all starts with a vision. You can make it out, you just gotta make the decision, yeah.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to On the Sofa with Esther. Once again, I've got another incredible guest. Chase, thank you for recommending me to contact one of your besties. And I'm looking forward to talking to you. So, Wavyy Jonez or King Wavyy Jonez, welcome to
Yeah,
On the Sofa with Esther.
thank you for having me.
Thank you, thank you. So, Wavyy, um, in a nutshell, I like to ask my guests in a nutshell, in a peanut shell or a crab shell, who is Wavyy Jonez or King Wavyy Jonez? Who is?
Um, Wavyy Jonez is an actor. I'm a MC. I like to say musical artist, all forms of being creative, and a great entertainer and entrepreneur as well.
Mm, love it. I love
Yeah,
the voice. You got that deep voice, that Barry White.
I get that a lot for some reason.
Anyway,
Yeah,
fantastic. And there's I love that sort of bouquet that you just mentioned, being an actor, an MC, an entrepreneur, bringing it all together and creative, being creative, because
mm,
creativity has no limits. And
absolutely.
so I've done my research on you, but I know there's going to be much more that I'm going to find out about you during this interview, because even
Mm,
as an actor, um, one of your, was it your first film, Unsolved, your
yeah,
first acting role, 2018? This
yeah,
guy played Biggie,
yeah.
Notorious B.I.G., and you played it well. And even the
Thank you.
guy that played Tupac, it was
That's my
his
boy.
first
Yeah,
role as well. And I'm like, seriously, because you guys really captured those personalities. You got them to a T. And I must admit, and I know I'm a lot older than you, but I had to be doing this, especially with Tupac as well. It's almost like, you sure that they raised the man from the dead? Because he, that
yeah.
resonance so strong.
He definitely did. He definitely did. Mark had actually played Tupac in Straight Outta Compton. He played him in there, and so around the time that Unsolved rolled around, he came in and auditioned for that one too, and nailed it. So he did an amazing job.
And so did you as well, because I listened to what you said about preparing for the role. What was it like to get into the space, the feelings, the emotions, the temperament of Biggie?
Um, well, of course, I grew up listening to his music. Like that was one of my heroes. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to step into his shoes, those are big shoes. I always say that greatness can often be imitated but never duplicated. I can never be who he was. All I could do is bring the best of what I felt what I felt he was, and listening to his music, going back, watching the interviews, and listening to everything, everybody, all of his friends said about him, listening to his mother, and different things like that, really prepared me for who Christopher was outside of who the notorious Big was. So yeah, I definitely did all that. Did my homework, talked to a few of his people, and just gave the best portrayal I seen fit.
Mm. And what is it like when you portray someone that you've grown up listening to, and especially, his demise at a very young age as well?
Yeah.
How did that impact on you as a young man yourself, as a young Black man?
Um, there's so much going on nowadays. There's so many deaths and stuff like that, and And you see a lot more of these young artists passing away at these early ages. But at that time, I believe that was kind of the first of his caliber at that magnitude, Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. So what it did to me was even going out and seeing my billboard. I had a billboard right outside of where he died at. And that was like an eerie feeling because it's like, wow, like this brother lost his life just trying to make some money to feed his family, you know, and it's sad. So it definitely did something to me. I remember on the premiere night, Easy Mo B was on the turntables. That was Biggie's, one of Biggie's first producers. And when I seen that and just felt the energy of the night and thought about it, wow, I'm getting an opportunity to tell his brother's life, and he's not even here to experience this himself. So, yeah, it was definitely an eerie feeling. It was an emotional feeling as well.
Yo, what I tell you when we was getting started, huh? On top of the world, baby.
The gang star has got to be the sure shot.
And it's like that. I'm about my company now. My legacy, my music's
been doing this for eons. Peons best to catch this vision of excellence, precise rapping ability. The money though, it's got people acting funny, yo.
Get some help! No!
I know it's probably just some gangster thing.
Maybe it wasn't gang related. You want to accuse LAPD officers in a celebrity's assassination?
I want to be the cop to solve it.
I think Biggie's murder is related to Tupac's. This might have been a professional hit.
This case is legendary.
You've been in 2 or 3 other films. Can you share about that?
Yeah, I've been in a show called Magnum PI, a movie called See You Yesterday, Dickinson. There's a couple different films that I'm in now, but Unsolved was definitely the start of all that. After that, that's when I did See You Yesterday. See You Yesterday, that's on Netflix right now. It's about this girl who goes back in time trying to save her brother from police brutality. And that's crazy too, being able to do that. They had us all hemmed up on the ground and stuff for that one. Wow. So it was, it's crazy. But yeah, the director, Stefan, really did his numbers with that. Being able to work with that cast, all of them were really dope. I'm in a show called Reprisal. That's on Hulu right now. Being able to do that was my second series regular after Unsolved. So I mean, yeah, everything's been pretty cool on my end.
Excellent. Yeah. And 2 questions. I mean, did you always want to go into acting? And then how do you separate yourself? I mean, I know each actor has their own process of separating themselves from their character when they walk away. Because you're playing some pretty deep characters. Yeah. So first question, did you always want to be an actor? And then the second one was, how do you separate yourself from the characters you play?
Okay. So as far as always wanted to be an actor, no. This was actually an unconventional route for me. I just really wanted to make music. That was in my vision at first. But being able to get on screen and it took off a lot quicker than being being involved in music. So it was one of those things I wasn't looking to do, but when I got into it, it was like, wow, this was what I was looking to do. This is an extension of the entertainment that I wanted to be involved with. So being able to go out there to Hollywood, I was already planning on moving out there to Hollywood, and the Most High just seen it fit for me to move there and be able to work on the show first. What was the second question?
And the second question was, how do you sort of separate yourselves from the characters? Because you play some really deep characters. Yeah,
I think what I do personally is I try to find the bits and pieces of the character that I'm familiar with myself. I try to find me somewhere in the character. And sometimes when people do this, they can get locked in. Lucky enough that me and Big had a lot of different similarities as it is. Growing up in New York and the single mother household and things like that. So there was a lot in being an artist as well. So there was a lot in him that I was able to connect with. I remember when we did like a TCA for for the show to try to get it nominated for an Emmy.
Was it TCA? Was it TCA?
I think I'm saying it right. I think it's it's a 4-year consideration. 4-year consideration was to be nominated for an Emmy. The show was trying to get nominated at the time for an Emmy. And I remember being on a panel with the rest of my castmates, and somebody in the crowd had said, yeah, he won't go past being Biggie. That's it for him. That's what somebody had said. And I remember some ladies walked to me after and was like, Wavy, they was congratulating me. Then they told me, they was like what he said. And I was like, wow, like it stuck to me, but it made me want to go harder. It's like, no, I won't. I refuse to get locked into being one character because of similarities. So how I separate myself, of course, I find myself in there, but I keep the core of who I am. That way it always has like a happy medium to both of them.
Excellent, excellent. And now share a little bit more about the other parts of you. You're an entrepreneur, you're a creative, you're a MC. You might have to do a bit of rapping with me, you know.
You got it, you got it.
Show myself.
Okay, you mean like just as far as like what it's like to do that?
Yeah, what are you doing now in terms of on the music side?
What I'm doing on the music side right now is on my off time, of course, like I'm auditioning, but on my off time, what I do is try to lock in some opportunities to be able to get music and TV and film. I've been working with Chase, Big Bro Chase, for a minute. We just released a project. Yeah, we just released a project together called Wu-Tang Forever.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Wu-Tang series, the American Saga, just came on. I got a special surprise for everybody in a minute about that. So yeah, me and Chase worked on something and we released
Share it with me. I won't say it. I won't say anything to anyone.
It depends when this is coming out.
Exactly. I just want to see if you're on the ball.
Yeah. But we worked on this Wu-Tang Forever project with DJ No Frills in '87 out in Philly. So sometime in March, I'm gonna go out to Philly and we're gonna preview some more of the music.
Forever, mother. Famous Frills, DJ No Frills, representing for the vampires. 87. Chase Flow. From Charlotte to Spain. You know what the question is? Not why, but why? And don't you ever forget, it's Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang forever.
Yeah, yo, you looking at $1 billion stepper. When you see me, that's money. How the flight change the weather. I'm talking about her.
Right now, we're working on this project called My Favorite Rapper Changed My Life. It's gonna be like a documentary about how it went for me to go ahead and go over to Hollywood and be able to get the audition to portray Big and all of that. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be dope.
And have you thought about, do you do anything in the community? Or have you thought about doing something with, maybe I'm trying to be a bit thinking about, with the youngers? Is that what you call them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a big thing of mine. We have this thing called Homegrown as well as Food for Billionaires, where we're working on getting the, what is it called? The nonprofit. Working on getting a nonprofit to be able to go out into the community and talk to children and talk to anybody that needs some type of inspiration, because I believe anything is possible. And I go back to what I was talking about earlier about a lot of young brothers getting killed down here. And I think a lot of times what we feel is there's no hope. There's no hope to do things. And we tend to get locked into this simulation of things. And we think this is the only way we could be able to see the other side. A lot of brothers can't see past the corner store. So I want to go out there and give them hope, give back to them and stuff like that. I've been doing that. I was doing that for years, even before I got the opportunity to be on the show. So it's just something that's locked in me just to inspire and be able to help where I see fit and be able to help anybody. If I could, like if I had the resources, if I could speak to somebody, if I can show them something different, I'd definitely look to do that.
Excellent. And I guess, like you said, where you've come from in your own life, you've been there, Wavy. and not just you've been there, you've played a role that really emphasized that as well. So you've had it all around you, and so giving back is good, because especially when you can see where people are going,
Right.
and you know the journey as well.
Yeah.
That's really impactful. Really impactful.
It definitely is. It definitely is. And coming from those backgrounds, like I said, I just want to be an encouragement to anybody, because even when you see somebody doing something, a lot of people tend to think, oh, like he's completely made it. Like, no, like there's a lot of struggles and all of this, but that doesn't mean that hope is still not alive, and hope exists somewhere out there. You just got to find it, and you got to work hard for it every day, you know? So, yeah.
And what was your link to stepping into that space of hope? Because you said you've come from this type of environment. So what was it for you, Wavy?
You know, one thing about me, since I was a child, I always knew that something better out there existed. I always knew that. Like if you talk to any of my friends, I had a dream to be a rapper, and I was pushing every day. And when people told me I couldn't do it, I believed. I kept telling people I won't be on TV one day. You know how it is in the hood. They're like, nah, like you dreaming. Like, yeah, I'm dreaming. I'm gonna dream big too.
Excellent.
So being able to step into that arena, you know, I'm sure like a lot of people hit me up like, man, you inspire me. Like, you know what I mean? And that's dope, because I kept telling people like, yo, something greater is out there. We just got to find it. I have a best friend. His name is Bradel Kaki, and he had moved to LA at one point, and he was trying to be, he was an intern. He was out there taking pictures and stuff like that. And he was like, yo, we got to move out here. You got to move out here, bro. So I was doing everything in my power to save up some money to go to LA to chase the dream. And it just so happened that the Most High seen fit to send me this audition to be able to move out there and chase my dream, and being around all the people and getting the inspiration to come back and tell people, yo, I found it. I seen the mountaintop and it looks lovely up there. We got to go. So yeah, that's where I come from with it.
Excellent. And in winding down, Wavy, is there anything else that you would like to share about your life journey? Because, I mean, you're still young.
Right.
I mean, well, you know, a lot of you young guys, you know, you're complaining when you reach 26 that you're old. So it's like, Jesus, they do that over here. But, you know, you're still, you know, you're still under 30.
Right.
Are you? Yeah. Well, hope.
Yeah. I'm under 30. Yeah.
So where to next? You know, what is the drive? You know, more acting, more, and you said you're an entrepreneur as well. So I guess even within that field, you're branching out into other things.
Yeah. The other day I wrote down a bunch of stuff that I want to do. A bunch of stuff that I believe. Of course, there's gonna be more acting. There's gonna be more music, and I want to get into the offices too. I want to get into the offices. I look to have that program to help the kids, and I look to do some motivational speaking and
Excellent.
a bunch of things. I feel like it's a market for me out there to be able to do that, be blessed, to be a blessing to others. And I'm just gonna let God use me for everything that I was called to do. So we got more music, you know, more movies, I got some more movies coming out, by the way. It's coming soon. Yeah, so I look to do it all. I just look to really get out here and get my hands dirty and network with some great people and get some great things going.
Frames worn by Esther Austin on the show today are sponsored by Run It First.